Hey, everybody, welcome to Wellness Week Live. Okay, so today's topic, I'm with Magnus, our PhD from Cali. I'm from Jersey, DJ Anthony. So let's talk about
Toodaloo.
let's talk about first-time dog owners, people who are thinking about getting a dog. And dogs are great for health and wellness. They make your life better. I have one Shih Tzu. You have two dogs. And so let's talk about what advice would we give somebody who is looking to become a first-time dog owner. And there's pros and cons, it's like anything else. So I'll just start. Number one, Magnus, I would say the biggest thing I think people have to understand if they're looking at getting a dog is a dog is like a child. It's a baby. So you're going to have money and a lot of it. And it's not something you just get and then it's like, just kind of like a stuffed animal. You have to spend money on it. And it's food, it's medicine, it's the vet, it's the groomer. It's, even if you have health insurance for the dog, still it costs money. So I'd say you have to set aside, depending on the dog, but like I think the average dog, give or take, is about $3,000 a year with all food and groomer and all that. Approximately 3,000. Might be
Yeah.
more if your dog is a type of breed that gets maybe sick more, because there are certain breeds that are healthier than others. But you can look about $3,000, and you must have that $3,000 a year, because if your dog gets sick or needs something, you cannot not buy it for the dog and have the dog be in misery and hurt and pain. So I know dog owners that their dogs are suffering because the owners just don't have enough money, and that's not fair. So if you're thinking about getting a dog, you have to understand, like, you have to have a minimum of $3,000 a year that you can put to that dog at all times, no matter what. Magnus, what would be one bit of advice you would give?
Here's something that I think is important, and I see that it's lacking quite a lot from when I was younger, when we had like our earlier dogs, and compared to now. A lot of dog owners are very uneducated how a dog function, like how they communicate, how you're supposed to behave with other dog owners or other people, understanding that people might be afraid of dogs. It doesn't matter if you have the best dogs and so on. And that how dogs communicate with one another, so on. You probably need to actually like do a lot of reading and figuring things out, what dog breed works for you. I see so many people get the complete wrong dog breed,
Yeah,
and they're I'm sorry, I have to come straight out, they're horrendous dog owners. They
yeah,
should not have a dog,
yeah,
period.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's that easy.
Yeah. I mean, you might want to maybe do a foster a dog first, get a little test
Yes.
ride
Yeah.
run before you go and get one, because the dog is going to be with you for, depending on the size of the dog. A small dog, my dog is a Shih Tzu. It's been with me now 16 years and
Yeah.
going. It's not dying anytime soon. So, okay, the other thing, so number two for me, this might seem very simple, but it can be a problem for a lot of people. And that is, if you're going to get a dog, understand somebody is going to have to clean up the shit 2 to 3 times a day, because dogs poop. And so I have a neighbor of mine that does not clean up their dog poop, and they hire a company to walk into their backyard and clean up the poop. So, poop and throw up. There's the two doggies. And poop and throw up, pee, whatever. You're going to have to pay or do it yourself. So,
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, it's the same thing. You should always have a poopy bag in your pocket. That's like number one. Always do. I mean, I agree 100%. It's like, again, we as humans are dirty to start out with, and then like your dog will bring in like young, like, with their paws and everything. They're walking everywhere. They're not like, most dogs don't wear shoes and so on.
yep.
And yeah, I mean, and it's the same thing. It's like you when you have a baby, they're going to puke, and they're going to pee, and they're going to shit themselves and so on. And it's the same thing like having a puppy. You have to train them and so on.
What about?
So
Yes, no, actually, you're right.
yeah, for me, it's a lifelong commitment,
Yeah,
and that means that as long as your dog is alive, you have to take care of it. I again, with people that should not be dog owners,
yeah,
there, it's not something that, oh, I'll keep it for a while and then I hand it in again. No,
yeah,
once the dog steps over like your like doorway and is inside your home,
Yeah.
that's your responsibility.
Right. And yeah, and to your point, like don't assume like, oh, when I want a dog and it's gonna be happy, happy, happy. A dog is basically another type of relationship, and you're gonna have good days and bad days,
Hmm.
your dog. And so, it's really not a stuffed animal where it just looks cute and sits there and does nothing. So my other thing I would say is training. If you're gonna get a puppy, if you're gonna adopt a dog, that's a different story. But and there's argument to say to save a dog, adopt a dog. But anyways, if you're gonna get a puppy like I did, you have to be you have to understand like you're gonna have to train this dog to poop and pee outside and sit and stay, whatever. At least at the minimum, you're gonna have to housebreak them, and that takes months. You're talking like, depending on the dog, but like anywhere from 2 to 6 months of intense training. Because I know people are like, I can't seem to train my dog. They keep on pooping and peeing in the house. It's been 2 years now. Well, because you're not training them. You have intense training, and you have to read up on it. And you can hire somebody, but it's not the same thing. You got to train that dog. You have to be on the
You're
dog.
the you're supposed to be the alpha. You're the one that they look up to. You're the one that has to give it structure. You have to give it and also discipline and everything. That's your job. It's not the dog's job.
It's
So
like, yeah, it's like raising a child.
yeah, 100%. It might go a little bit faster because they grow up quicker, but like your responsibility for your dog, 100%, at all time.
Yeah, I would say
So
get a small dog starting off. If you've never had a dog before, don't get a Great Dane starting off. Get a
no,
Chihuahua.
yeah, or not even that. Like even something that is more like even like easier. Chihuahuas are pretty aggressive when it comes down to it. So I think
Like, you can walk a Chihuahua and you're not going to get hurt. If your first dog
yeah,
is a Doberman, it's
yeah.
going to rip your arm out of your fucking shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not used to it, and that's why, like, I don't understand when you have like, like people that like basically have no physical strength or anything like that. They get a ginormous dog. I mean, they
Yeah.
get it for protection and things like that, and then they don't discipline them. I mean, it's like it's yeah, it's a
Well,
complete mess.
by the way, that's my other thing is I would say no matter what dog you get, even a little one, understand like your dog is probably going to hurt you or a family member or a friend or a stranger. That's going to happen, not because the dog wants to, but mistakes happen. They want to play, and they might scratch somebody. They might
Hmm.
bite somebody, and I'm not saying about killing but like my dog, has bit me a bazillion times, and you just we're playing around, wants to play.
Yeah,
They have sharp teeth, whatever. Or so you have to understand, like you're going to have some level of a scratch or an injury, or worse. My friend has a pit bull, beautiful dog. Okay, my friend was just playing with like one of these chewy things, and the dog's a great dog, and I know the dog, but the power of the pit bull, he went to pull the toy out of my friend's hand, and it dislocated my friend's elbow. And the dog's not a violent dog. It was a
it was
mistake.
playing.
Right. And so
That's and
so the bigger the dog, understand you have to expect there's gonna be a mistake, and you hope to God they
yeah.
don't like knock somebody over, or a small dog. Like there's been a couple of times where I almost tripped and fucking killed myself because my dog is very small and they're always walking around your feet and you don't see them. So like you could hurt them, they could hurt you. That's gonna happen. You got to expect like there's gonna be something that happens, more than once.
It's yeah,
So
it's accidents happen. It's the same thing. Like this guy, he got bitten by a bullet ant when we were out walking one time. I mean, things like that happen. And you need to understand like what how to take care of it and so on. And that's the one thing that kind of leads into it. Like you need to have dedicated time every
yeah,
single day
yeah,
for your dog. Your
right,
dog needs to go out at least twice a day, and
yeah,
don't do this mistake. Oh, I let him out in the backyard. No, dogs needs to come out. Dogs needs to socialize. A lot of them are roamers. They need to be outside and
I
sniff
understand.
and smell and things like that.
Agree. Some people don't even let the dogs out. Like
It's
that's
insanity.
crazy.
Why are you getting a dog to start out with? Like, don't get a dog. Oh, my kids wanted a dog. Yeah, but again, it's the same thing. Well, I want a baby rhino.
Yeah.
Okay, if I get a baby rhino, I need to have everything. It's gonna grow up. It's gonna be something that is bigger than my car,
Right.
and so on. So it's like you understand that like you need to have a lot of time,
Yep.
patience, money,
Yeah.
and a lot of love too, because
Yeah.
that's kind of the most important thing when it comes down to that. You really need to love your dog
Yeah. And if you're looking,
above most things.
yeah, and to your point, right? The dog has to go. I would say at the minimum, absolute minimum, let them out in the backyard twice a day. I know it's not preferable, but at the minimum, they have to get out because you have owners that don't even let their dogs go out, other than maybe just to poop and they come right back in. That's not good. Like let the dog run around or go and sniff around the backyard. Some minimum, yeah. But to your point, right? A walk. If you have a bigger dog, like a Labrador or a
Oh,
Golden,
you need to be walking in them at least an
yeah,
hour a day.
Doberman. I mean, these are working breeds that
Yeah,
want to go for, I mean, minimum 3 times a day, half-hour walks,
yeah.
minimum. So yeah, it's in. There are dogs that are couch potatoes. Yes, do your research then. But yeah,
Find the dog breed that will fit your lifestyle and family the best, right?
right.
So it's very very important, like to have that understanding and not just like, well, we get whatever. No, it doesn't work that way. You
Yeah,
have to be very thorough in understanding what your breed will be. And every single dog, it's its own individual.
right.
It's like, yes, breeds has certain kind of traits, but there's always individual, and that's what makes them funny, because
Yeah.
they have personalities.
Right. Well, I was going to say, the other thing too is if you're going to get a dog, most dogs, like they're going to cling to one person. And when I tell you cling, like a dog will smother you. Like you won't be able to go to the bathroom. You won't be able to go to the shower. Like dogs will follow you. Like it's like a baby duck. So if you're not somebody that likes to be smothered, then don't get a dog. Get a cat, get a goldfish, because dogs want to be with you. I mean, literally everywhere you go.
What's going on right here?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
exactly. He came.
is on camera, right?
He. I know why he's coming. He's telling me that he wants to go for his walk. So
Right.
we're gonna take him out as soon as we're done. We're gonna go out for our walk.
They follow you everywhere. I mean, yeah, it's
And
just
and
yeah,
and and that's also, it's so important. It's a thing too. Like learn what your dog is communicating.
yeah,
Like I know this guy can give me a look and a certain behavior, and I know exactly what he wants.
yeah,
And it's like, again, you really need to practice yourself and actually understanding how dogs communicate and things like that, how they behave in packs. Oh, one thing that I wanted to add, why it's so important to take them outside. So most people, they have like a favorite show, they would like to watch movies, they have a hobby and things like that. Taking a dog outside, letting them kind of smell, that's like having them watch their favorite show or reading their favorite book and things like that. They're
right,
out, there's smells, there's certain
yeah,
things that they need to look into. They want to meet other dogs
right,
and so on. So
yeah,
like not giving them that,
right,
you're robbing. It's like putting someone in jail, and like you're in isolation
yeah,
basically.
yeah. No, listen, and it's good for the human too to get out and walk and move around and
Oh
listen,
yeah. I mean, if you're looking at that, like you like someone that wants to potentially get in better health, like getting a dog is obvious, and then like actually like walk them and things like that. One of the best things you can do.
yeah.
Uh,
You also help
uh,
your mental health. Help to make
yeah, everything like.
you gotta really, really be all in with it.
And social, you usually come out and people have a tendency to start talking to you if you have a dog. It's like I mean that's usually when how I get to know a bunch of neighbors in my neighborhood. I know basically all dog owners. I know people that are out. They see me daily when I'm out walking my dogs, and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah," and then they even point out when I'm like, "Where's the other one?"
Right.
Because Archie doesn't like to go out all the time. Rocco always does. So I have to explain. No, he's at home. He doesn't want to go out. He explains to me that he just walks away. So I'm like, okay, he doesn't want to go out. So it's just me and this guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, so yeah, so those are the things I think you can expect. I mean, Magnus, is there anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
I mean, it's your life will definitely change a lot. So if you're not used to it, if you're not ready for a ginormous change, and also like have an understanding, you're not gonna be able to stay out all night. You're not gonna be able to just like, oh, I'll skip going home. I'm gonna sleep over at my friend's house.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go on a trip or anything like that. if you have the type of
Yeah,
lifestyle, do not get a dog. Do not get a dog
yeah,
unless you have someone that you know that you constantly can take care of your dog and are really really good at taking care of your dog.
right. You gotta have, or you have a lot of money and you can put them in the best doggy hotels and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's tough. But anyways, but they do make your life better. But it's a commitment of like having a baby, really. So,
Yeah. Oh
anyways,
yeah, for sure. And there's going to be they're going to be there between like 10 and sometimes up to 20 years
my dog,
of your life.
my
And
dog
you
is 18 and he has no slowdown. So
yep,
yeah,
yep. And they're like you going to have to take care of them every single day.
yeah, dude. So, but they are a blessing, and if you think you want one, do your research. But anyways, thank you, Magnus. Thank you, Rocco, and tune back in for more great content. We're out of here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.